I recently became aware of your Jackshaft Adapter kit. I thought the product was really cool. Wondered if you could do a video for our customers to show them how it works.
All right, well, Dave, we found that one of the biggest problems in the industry is that the unit manufacturers have made that space around the jackshaft tighter over the years. And it's very difficult to mount an actuator on the jackshaft without having to take a large portion of it apart. So what Belimo did is we've developed a jackshaft adapter that allows the contractor to mount the jackshaft adapter directly to the jackshaft via a V-bolt clamp, similar to the V-bolt that we have on our actuation today. Then the contractor is able to mount the direct coupled actuator right onto the shaft that's contained on the jackshaft adapter. As that actuator rotates the shaft that the actuator is contained on, it rotates the V-bolt that's connected to the jackshaft in a 1-to-1 ratio. There is about a 10% torque reduction in the actuation due to the gearing in the jackshaft adapter, but that's listed in the documentation for each actuator family that can be used with the jackshaft adapter. And then this mounting plate here allows you to orient the actuator either in a vertical or in a horizontal fashion.
Okay, that fits on the bottom of the
Yes,
actuator.
it will.
Okay.
The anti-rotation pin here will allow you to grab the actuator. And then to maintain the jackshaft adapter in place so that it does not spin, we have developed an anti-rotation device that will connect to the support of the jackshaft. We have a large opening for the larger jackshafts, and if the jackshaft is smaller, there's an adapter plate that can be fitted to the anti-rotation bracket to keep that jackshaft from spinning.
Then the adapter will
Sit right in there.
Gotcha.
Correct.
Well, this looks like a huge time saver.
It is. We have calculated that what in some cases might take a technician an hour in time to assemble has now been reduced down to about 10 or 15 minutes.
Great design.
And Belimo has also created a product animation that will show the contractors how this can be installed.
Preliminary step to installing the ZG-JSL linkage. Choose an actuator. There will be a slight torque reduction when using the ZG-JSL linkage. Verify jackshaft diameter. Linkage is preset for 1-inch shafts. The maximum diameter this linkage can accommodate is 1.05 inches. The linkage comes factory preset for 1-inch shafts and also includes a reversible metal insert for centering on 1/2-inch and 3/4-inch shafts. Once the insert is turned to the desired shaft size, install the plastic insert holder. Position the anti-rotation plate for the actuator. Loosen the 2 metal screws and line up the 2 threaded holes on the base plate with the corresponding holes for the actuator. Holes are clearly marked by a numeric digit on the anti-rotation plate. Verify that the open-ended shaft of the linkage is in the correct position. Almost all dampers operated by jackshafts open when the jackshaft is turned in the counterclockwise, or CCW, direction. Ensure the shaft is turned completely clockwise, or CW. For CW rotation, turn the shaft all the way CCW, or to the right. Verify the position by the clamp itself or the small indicator below the shaft. Find a suitable location on the jackshaft to install the linkage. Either end of the jackshaft will work, as long as it does not interfere with the bearing or operation of the damper. Place the open end of the linkage underneath the jackshaft. Slip the jackshaft into the open end until it meets the clamp. Holding the linkage in position, insert the supplied V-bolt from the other end. Hand tighten the nuts only to hold the clamp in position and prevent it from rotating. With the linkage in place, secure it to the damper frame with the anti-rotation L bracket. The bracket can rotate to any angle. Use the additional adapter plate for smaller bearings. Screw the adapter plate into the L bracket as shown with the flathead screws. Install the L bracket with or without the adapter plate to the shaft bearing bracket using the self-tapping screws. With the L bracket attached, slide the ZG-JSL linkage over until the tab on the bracket meets up with the slot on the linkage. Attach the actuator with the V-bolt and clamp. Align screw on the anti-rotation bracket with the slot on the actuator. Once the actuator is in place, tighten nuts evenly to prevent slippage. Ensure all the nuts are properly tightened and secured. The linkage and actuator are now installed on the damper shaft. Alternate installation. The linkage can also be configured to mount horizontally by repositioning anti-rotation plate 90 degrees.
To quickly find the Jackshaft adapter on alpscontrols.com, just enter ZGJSL into the product search box and hit enter. You'll see the Jackshaft adapter at the top of the list that results.